Liz and Colleen and everyone who came with her to make this happen, because I think it's important that we learn what we don't know, especially when spaces aren't accessible. And right, sometimes those of us who are sighted take for granted the things that we just don't learn about. And I'm thankful for Liz and her leadership and her advocacy. When we had lunch maybe 6 months ago, and she said, you know, like truncated domes. And I said, hey Liz, what's a truncated dome?
Did I tell you guys? Did I tell you?
And I was really glad that she set me up for that question instead of coming in like knowing that I probably didn't know what it was. But that we had the ability to reach out to the Leominster's Disabilities Commission and just say like, hey, can we do an assessment of the walkability downtown, and just making sure that those ramps and those truncated domes walk into a walkway, because Liz invited me to a dining in the dark, and in the hour that me and my fiance sat there trying to eat without getting food all over ourselves, and figure out where our wine and beer was.
The important
so
things, Natalie.
Yeah, right, like I gotta know where to put that.
Important thing.
We realized just how quickly we became anxious, without necessarily, like in between the meals even, without having access to just like killing some time on our phone and keeping ourselves busy, that we really had to have a conversation. But then with a room full of 300 people, how hard it was to have that conversation and know who we were talking to, and even be able to talk to the person who was right next to us. So I was really excited to get to do this walk, and we tried to schedule it earlier, and it just like we couldn't get our schedules together. So I was actually glad we scheduled it during the winter, because sometimes sidewalks aren't super walkable for anyone. Never mind someone who's using a walking cane, trying to figure out how to safely do that. And the things that I noticed was just kind of preparing for where the snow was. When the truncated domes didn't go into the walkway, if I didn't have Colleen, I would have ended up in the middle of the road. And also just the anxiousness about the cars around me. And I know they were talking about how anxious the car drivers were that we were even there, and they seemed very cautious to go with us like in the crosswalk. Even if, so I don't know if it was because it was a larger group of us.
Oh, that's my experience.
And so, but for me, even just noting how far away the walk signals are from the walkway, how would you ever find them? And if they don't make a noise, right, when it tells you to walk, how do you ever know that it's safe to walk?
No, you don't.
Right.
That's Bonnie, by the way, Natalie.
Hey, Bonnie. I know Bonnie.
And I walk downtown. So
Yeah.
I must say they got more truncated